That is how somebody gets in trouble. When they had all of these positive intentions to have a good time, to fit in, to meet new people, to be uninhibited, to forget their stress, then they had way too much in too short a period of time, and now they're not feeling those effects. So one of the ways that I would then come in and say, well, how do you drink responsibly? Because we hear these messages, drink responsibly, or be safe, and it doesn't really mean anything to anybody. We have to give them more concrete ways. So we say, and I will say, that if within your family, you say, I would prefer that you not drink. Our family expectation is that you not drink. I think that is completely fine. And if that's the message that is within your family, then that is a message that you should share with your student. But I will say, go a step further and then say, but if you choose to drink, this is what I would prefer. That you follow the biphasic curve. Now you don't have to say it in those words, but basically the biphasic curve, so the horizontal line represents a stable mood. As a person begins to drink, they start to feel the good effects, we would say, of drinking. Eventually, once they start drinking way too much, they start feeling the negative effects. They dip below that stable mood, start feeling the negative effects of drinking. And what we want is, if you choose to drink, that we want you to make sure that you stay above the line, that you ride the wave, and that you feel the good effects, not the negative effects. So the euphoric, excited, maybe slightly confused, but we don't want them to be in stupor, approaching coma or death. And the way you do that is you drink 1 or 2 drinks the first hour and 1 drink every hour after. And that will ensure that the student feels the good effects of drinking and is not in danger of alcohol poisoning or a coma or death. I don't know how long ago it was, but I do know, actually, there are 2 stories. One, in 1999 on Duke's campus, there was a student by the name of Raheem Bad who actually died of alcohol asphyxiation. He basically drank so much that he vomited, and he started to breathe in his own vomit, and he died as a result. I've heard, I cannot confirm, that a few years ago there was a student here who also died as a result of excessive drinking. It does happen on college campuses. It is not something that happens every year on any college campus, but when it happens, it makes news. It's something that's big. And so we want to avoid that definitely, and encourage our students that if they choose to drink responsibly. One of the reasons this is so important is because if somebody, so all of you are bringing students here who are not of age to drink, is that correct? So where are they going to drink, if they drink?
Off campus.
Off campus? Where off campus? At the bar? Not at the bar. Where are they going to be drinking?
In like a private setting, in somebody's
In a
house.
private setting, in somebody's room, at somebody's house. They're going to be drinking in a private setting. Danger with that, who is regulating how much alcohol is being served? Who is looking for the signs of alcohol poisoning? Nobody. So that's why we have to encourage all of our students to be on the lookout for that. They all need to be trained to look out for those signs. They all need to know how to drink responsibly, and not just saying those words, but how to actually do it. So we teach them the signs of alcohol poisoning. Someone who vomits while passing out, their breathing gets shallow, their eyes roll in the back of their head, their skin gets clammy, they have difficulty breathing, or you can't wake the person or rouse them, their heart rate slows. Those are the signs of alcohol poisoning. So they know if somebody is experiencing these things, then I'm not going to just leave them to sleep it off. I'm not just going to put them in the elevator. I'm not going to put shaving cream on their face. I'm going to get them help. One of the things that students will say over and over again is, but I don't want to get them in trouble. I don't want to call somebody because I don't want to get them in trouble. And what ends up happening is we make allowances, and students make allowances for each other, for the student who has the drinking problem. The student who drinks excessively, we make allowances for them. We say, we don't want to get you in trouble. We will watch you. We'll take care of you. We'll make sure you don't, that nothing bad happens to you. And we don't call for help. But what happens is then we continue to enable that behavior. Those students never learn from the mistake. So they're not allowed to make a mistake. I mean, they're making the mistake, but they're not allowed to suffer the consequences because everybody around them is taking care of them and keeping them from the negative consequence. What I tell students is call 911, call campus police, let that student suffer some negative consequence so that they know this is a real problem. Don't continue to make allowances. Don't continue to shield that person from the negative consequences. They need to know that there is a problem. And the best way to know that is by suffering the consequences of their actions. Lastly, I'll just say that there are campus resources, as I mentioned before, campus resources to help support our students. So when they suffer those negative consequences, whether it be because of unprotected sex, whether it be because of excessive drinking, whatever the case may be, there are lots of offices here that are here to help support the student, to make sure that the student can grow and learn from the mistake that they made, or just gain a knowledge to avoid making the mistakes in the first place. Student health and counseling services, we have the Women's Center, we have campus police, and we have residential life. All of these offices work really closely together to offer support to our students. So again, that's one of the reasons that you were presented with information from all of these places, so that you're connected with these resources, so that when your student has questions about something or has an issue on campus, that you can direct them to these resources. We're here to help the students. And that's all I have in terms of a presentation or facilitated discussion. But I will open it up to questions, and before I open it up to questions, I will also say one of the things that I am extremely excited about is, for the first time, we are developing a peer theater show for our week of welcome. So when you come back in August, on August 13th, your student will come to a peer theater show. We have NCCU students who are going to put on a production to address some of these issues of alcohol, marijuana, and other substance use, of sexual assault and dating violence, interpersonal violence, and stalking, of sexual health, how to use a condom, decision making, life balance, all of these things. And then the other really strong message is, again, that the campus is theirs. Once they get here, they have 4 years to mold this campus into what they want it to be. So not to just come here and to follow what they see being done, but really to leave their mark on this campus and leave the campus better than they found it. That is the hope. So we are really excited about you being here. We're really excited about your student being here. We're excited about the relationship that we're able to form with parents and with new students who come in. Again, my name is Kevin Harrell. My information is here. If you want to call, if you want to send me an email, if you have questions right now, I'll stay around and answer any questions that you may have. Again, I welcome you. I'm really glad that you're here at NCCU. Any questions?